Today is World Mental Health Day, and coincidentally it's also the first time I've posted on Instagram since around the 1st of July. And in this video I suppose I do want to touch somewhat on my mental health and how it's been over the last year, my reasons for leaving Instagram for a little while and coming back. My break from Instagram kind of came at a point in my life where a lot of things were going on, a lot of things outside of my control with work and other circumstances, things like that. So I just took a step back from Instagram. I realized that I was spending a lot of my time online, which I loved, and I love you guys. And the whole reason I did it was because over in Jersey there's not a huge bodybuilding community. And with having you guys to talk with about the sport that I love, you know, that's where I got my motivation from. That's how I kept going. I had new ideas, etc, etc. But at that point in my life when certain things were happening, I found I needed my family and friends close to me. It was their advice that I needed. I don't want to share my entire life online, although I was like really open. So I just sort of was reevaluating my online presence whilst trying to manage my real life, you know. You guys see me in the gym, you see me meal prepping, doing my routine, but I also have a full-time job that has to pay the bills. I'm really sorry, this video is going to be like so jumbled because I've got so much to say, but I don't know how to say it, and yeah, just bear with me. So last year was awesome, obviously winning my pro card, going on to come fourth in my pro debut, getting the chance to perform at the Arnold's. It was the most incredible year, just overwhelming in my bodybuilding career, but things in my personal life were just sort of like falling down around me, and I needed to pick all those up and get my head sorted, get everything in my personal life good so that I could continue and progress with my career with bodybuilding. It got to the point last year after the Arnold's, before the Arnold's, I knew I couldn't diet anymore. It was just getting so tough. You know, I am still so new to this sport, and I'm sure it will get easier every off-season as I keep reading from everyone. But yeah, I couldn't diet anymore. I was starting to really not enjoy what I was doing, and I never got into bodybuilding because I didn't want to enjoy it. That sounds ridiculous, but you know, bodybuilding used to bring me like so much joy. I loved going to the gym, I loved dieting and seeing the progress, but it just got to a point last year where I just kind of had enough. I just lost my mojo. I don't know, I just needed a break from all of it, and I just kind of had a few weeks off here and there. This was the time I came off Instagram, and everything just sort of, you know, just when you're prepping, bodybuilding becomes your entire life. You have to give bodybuilding 110% or just don't bother, you know, because you can't afford to put a step wrong. If your mind is not completely in it and you're not tunnel visioned into your prep and whichever competition it is you're doing, there's really no point half-assing it, you know. You can't get away with that on stage when you're there. So I needed to get to a point in my life where I was happy with everything and I was ready to get my head back in the game and really be a contender for the Olympia, because otherwise why am I doing this? People keep asking me what my plans are for next competition season, and I mean, if I could have it my way, I'd apply for the Arnold's, go back to Australia. Tony's show was amazing. I would love to do it again. But I realised that my ranking at the moment, because I haven't competed, etc., is going to be quite low. So it's going to look more like I'm going to do a few shows and hopefully rack up some points at the Olympia. Maybe look at Puerto Rico in May if they're doing that again. I'm really excited for the Olympia list to come out. Hopefully be able to do some shows with Rhea and Phoebe and all the new girls that have come up, Kamara and Scarlett. It's going to be so good next year. So I really am trying to get myself back motivated to do this. I've started making my routine music. I know my theme, so that's giving me a bit more oomph to get going. I'm going to start, you know, going back to gymnastics and choreographing that. So these are all little things that I hope are going to push me forward. Bodybuilding is not a cheap sport, you know, like, and this is why I keep saying I need to get my personal life in order, because honestly, from the time I was trying to get my pro card all the way to like Australia, like, I spent so much money, it's ridiculous, and yeah, it's hard to work so many hours and still prep, and yeah, it's just, you know, it's really expensive because I'm from Jersey. I already have to pay to get off the rock, get to England, and then I have to get to America for shows, so I've got to be in the right position financially, and I keep talking about making a move. You know, I need to move away from Jersey, and England was in my sights, America was in my sights, now I'm thinking Australia. I need to be in a bodybuilding community, is surrounded by it. I think that gives me the motivation. It keeps me going. It's a lonely sport as it is, you know, and I just want to be in that environment. I want to work in a gym, and I'm the only person that can make this happen. So I need to put the work in and get there, and hopefully it'll happen sooner rather than later. So just coming back to World Mental Health Day. Last year I seemed like, and I was such a bubbly and confident person, and I never thought that anything would get on top of me. But I realised that pressures and feeling overwhelmed and things really did and must have got to me. And this year, I think for the first time in my life, I've experienced like anxiety, and I needed that break from Instagram. And sometimes maybe if you're feeling like that, you're feeling overwhelmed, you know, I felt guilty because I couldn't reply to everyone's DMs, and then I wouldn't want to look at my DMs, and then that just turned into then me staying off Instagram for a few days, and I'd have more things to reply to, and it was like the same with my messages and my emails. Just, I don't know, everything just got on top of me, and I would look at my phone with anxiety because knew I had so many things to do and so many people to respond to, and it was all getting a little bit much. So I'm going to take some time, you know, this week and really clear out my inboxes and things like that. And I do appreciate all of your messages. I know a lot of you were obviously concerned about me. I just kind of fell off the edge of the earth. But yeah, I'm okay. Just spent some time figuring stuff out, and I think I'm there. So I know my post before this was like, yeah, my comeback post and that, but this is it. This is going to be the comeback now, because I know this is what I want to do. And documenting my journey on Instagram, you know, it's so helpful. Not only with motivation, but also accountability. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm quite stubborn. I need to get it done. Thanks everyone that watched this to the end, and hopefully I'll be back and less rambling. Have a great day, everyone.